So make sure that you have your blocks and you have everything that you need. And let's go ahead and begin by sitting. So come into a nice, comfortable, cross-legged position. And yeah, if you feel cold, wrap yourself up in something. Let's wrap the shoulders down and back. And we're going to first just take a moment to check into our body. How does our body feel today? And you can, I'd like to close my eyes. Like I'm a person who likes to go into the feeling tone of where I'm at. Sometimes words for me pale in comparison to the sensations that I may feel in a somatic sense or in an emotional sense. So just take a moment to just check in with your body. How's your energy, your health? And then from there, let's go ahead and check into the more subtle of the body, coming into the nervous system. How is your nervous system today? So we've got two main functions in the nervous system. We've got the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system of the autonomic nervous system. So we have the nervous system that is reactive, and then we have the nervous system that encourages rest and digesting. And then from there, let's check into our emotional body, our emotional landscape. And then moving into the more subtle of the three bodies, the potential space. So what is our connection to our higher source today? That which we turn to when we don't have any answers and nobody else does. So that energy source that provides refuge and also nourishment. What is our connection to that concept or that reference today? The universal consciousness, a tree, whatever you feel that you like to be with when you need some extra info that doesn't come from books and it doesn't come from other people or television or media. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and now rub our palms together. Bring a little bit of heat. And then just go ahead and stroke your arms and your legs and your back and your chest and your head, the back of the head and the neck. All right, let's bring the hands together at the heart center. And we'll begin with Om. And I'll chant the student teacher mantra, so we stay in that connection between each other in both directions. I learn from you, you learn from me, we learn from each other, we support each other. And our paths are crossing for some reason for these weeks together. And may we cherish that opportunity to be together for this, sort of fixed amount of time, and it may be enough for now, and it may continue or not. Okay, let's begin chanting the Om. So inhale. Om. Sahana bhavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahavidyam karavavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu Suma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's bow the forehead down. Have another nice one. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's release the hands down and slowly open the eyes. And let's just walk the hands forward, come down to a forward fold in the Sukhasana. Okay, super. Let's come up and switch the cross of the legs. And let's try that again. Just fold down. So opening up with Sukhasana, this is a classic hip opener for the outer hips, of course. Good. And let's come up again. Let's switch the cross of the legs again, and then just stretch your legs out in front for a second. We're going to bend the right knee and just place the right ankle on top of the left knee, and just rotate your ankle and just kind of massage out any stuck air there. Good. So the other way now. Good. And then just massage your calf, go up the leg. So just loosen the muscle a little bit. Good. And then pick the knee up and then massage the shin. Just rub the front of your shin. And then come down the back of the calf again, and with your thumb, just massage it. Okay, now pick the leg up and let's open the hip. Okay, good. Let's go the other direction. Good. And then from there, move it to the side of the knee. And if you can, try to bring the heel into your belly button. Good. And then just go ahead and now release and place it down. Okay, do that on the other side. Just bring the left ankle on top of the right knee and then turn the ankle a little bit. Okay, the other way. And go ahead and just massage the bottom of the leg, the calf and the shin. Good, and then pick the knee up and then just massage the shin a little bit. These are just subtle body practices to begin to awaken up the prana. And then go ahead and massage down through the back of the calf. Good, and then let's pick the leg up and then let's open the hip. Circles. And the other way. And then again, let the knee come to the side and then start to draw the heel closer towards the navel. Any bit. It can be just what's comfortable. Okay, good. And then let's release. Now pick the other leg up again and reach it back This time like, kind of like it's, like you're an archer, right? Kind of like that. Like you're shooting arrow. Okay, and then now we're gonna place the foot upside down on the opposite leg. So you're gonna come into a half lotus position. Good. And then bring that bottom foot, the left foot, and just place it under the knee, opposite knee. And if you notice that the knees are lifting really high, you can put the block under. And then if you notice that it's really restrictive, you can sit up on a blanket or a block too. Right? We built some support. Okay, good. Let's release. And let's do the same on the other side. So bring it back like it's, if you're in an air, you're gonna shoot an arrow. Right. And then turn the heel into the navel and turn the knee forward and then place the foot on top of the opposite side. Good. And then the bottom leg comes under the knee. Yeah, be careful, don't force it too much. Okay. Good. And then let's release. And then come into a half lotus again with the side that you feel most comfortable with. Okay, so if you have tightness on one side more than the other, then just come to the side that's more comfortable. All right, good. Okay, so we're going to practice the Bhastika Pranayama. We're going to reach up and bring the thumbs in between the palms. We're going to inhale and then we're going to have a big inhale, like it's like a bellow. And then the exhale, you bring the arms down. It's like a pull-up, right? All right, do it again. Exhale. 3, 2, and then 1, and then reach up. Good. And then exhale, slowly bring the hands down. And fold forward. Okay, good. Let's come up. Now, if you feel that you'd like to switch the leg, switch it. If not, if it's okay, if you're just comfortable like practicing with the half lotus with this one side, just go ahead. Otherwise, let's extend and then bend the opposite knee. Come into half lotus. Okay. Again, come into Shambhodri Mudra, reach up, and then exhale. And one more. Good. And pull forward. Okay, and then come up. Let's release the legs. And now draw the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall apart. Good. And now we're going to reach the arms up. We're going to come to Shambhodri. We're going to reach them out, and then we're going to make the fist back like that. Okay? Inhale and begin. Three, 2, and then 1. Grab hold of the big toes and then inhale up, exhale down, come forward. Good, and just feel that prana vayu moving through the energy of prana, heating the body, awakening the mind. Good, and let's inhale and come up, and let's bring the knees together. And then from there, come forward and sit on your toes, have your knees down. So sit on the heels. Good, and then interlace the fingers, reach the palms up. Exhale, and another way, reach, interlace the fingers, straight the palms up. And exhale, reach down. Okay, now come forward and we're gonna now open the knees apart and fold down. Think that's too flat. Your knees apart, just relax down. We're opening the lower back to support the opening of the hips. Good, and you're gonna come up and then sit on the heels in Vajrasana. And we're gonna bring our hands to our belly and let's just do some pumping. Let's do about 50 rounds. So inhale. And let's begin. $25. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then from here, inhale, reach your arms up. Good, press the palms together. Exhale to the heart. Now place the hands on top of the thighs. We're going to hold the breath now. We're going to inhale through the throat. Bring your chin down, and we're going to hold our breath 15 seconds. Let your shoulders be relaxed. So coming into the Jalandhara Bandha, you can lift the Mula Bandha if you'd like. Good, let's lift the chin now. Exhale through the nose. Good, knees apart, come to child pose. Stretch the chest towards the floor. We're going to then come up, hands and knees, everybody, and we're going to now do the frog pose. And so now we're going to take the knees a little bit wider, and depending on the openness of your hip sockets, you're going to make a little bit of turn your toes out. And you're going to slowly come down. If we want a blanket underneath your knees, use one. Good, and then let's go ahead and come up, and then this is the side. And then try again. And then this time, you're going to bring your chest down, and your ankles may lift. And that's okay. They may lift. And then come down. Then you can lengthen your lower back. Good. Then press up like a push-up. And then come back to the previous variation. Maybe on your elbows. And then just kind of like pulse a little bit to and fro. Moving your hips forward and back slightly. Okay, good. And now slowly start to crank your knees in a little bit. Good. Sit back into Vajrasana. Let's do another round of Kapalabhati. So another round of 50 pumps. Let's inhale. Exhale all the way out. And then inhale. And begin. $25. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. Relax your abdomen. Inhale, reach up. Press the palms together. Create a contraction in the body to firm, squeeze in. Good. And then exhale, release the hands to the heart. Release the hands to the tops of the thighs. Let's practice a kumbhaka again. We're going to hold the breath. So inhale, one natural breath. Exhale out. And we went 15 seconds. We're going to go 20 to 25 seconds now. So inhale. And then hold your breath here at the throat. Drop your chin to Jalandhara Bandha. Be quiet and soft and hold your breath. If you need to breathe, of course, do. We're just trying to build up our strength in the lungs and diaphragm and exchanging of the gases. Okay, good. And then release, exhale. And inhale again. Exhale. Curl the toes again. Come up into the Virasana 2 again. Sit up. Interlace the fingers behind your back and reach the arms back behind you with the chest. Now lift the sternum up, look up towards the sky, and let your gaze hold on to something. And if you'd like to, you can release the head back a little bit more if that's okay on your neck. And let's stimulate the optic nerves in the back of the neck. Look up. Good. And then slowly bring your head up. And then switch the cross with the fingers. Let's repeat. Inhale, wrap your forehead down back. And then inhale, look up. Find a point on the ceiling, look up. And you're squeezing the back of the neck a little bit. Stimulating your optic nerves for the healthy eyes. Good, and then inhale, let's release the head up. Good, bring your hands forward and then open knees wide again, come to Malasana. Pull down. Good. Then return back to Vajrasana. One more round of the pumping, cleansing kriya. Bring the hands to the belly. Cycle a nice one fluid breath. And let's begin. We'll do a round of 50 again, and we'll hold for 30 seconds. So inhale and begin. Twenty-five. 'Good, and release. Let's inhale, reach your arms up. Squeeze the palms together, squeeze the outer hips. Good, exhale, release the heart. Release the hands to the top of the thighs. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. Okay, let's hold the breath now with the bandhas. So inhale, lift your pelvic floor up, the Mula Bandha. And now hold the pelvic floor in, drop your chin down, bring your chin to the roof of your mouth, and let's hold the breath for 30 seconds. If you have to breathe, please do. Just remain still, calm, working with the subtle energies here, mixing the breath with these subtle movements and holding in traditional yoga practice. Okay, 2 more seconds. And now lift your chin, exhale slowly, releasing your pelvic floor on the way down to exhale. And then inhale again. And exhale, bringing your hands back, fold forward and down, coming into Yoga Mudrasana. Good. Just let your breathing come to like a nice state with it. Okay, then peel yourself up, everybody. Come up. Let's crisscross the legs. And we're going to now come into Baddha Konasana. You're going to lie down without support, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. If you would like support, not for your back, but for your legs, you can bring your blocks to the outside of your thighs and rest your thighs or outer knees on the block. Okay? Now inhale, reach the arms up, hold the elbows, clasp the elbows, and now we're going to do some movement of the pelvis so that we're going to create a convex and then a concave pelvis. And the movement is subtle. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I'll just instruct you verbally too. So let's go ahead and press our lower back to the floor, and your knees may lift a little bit. And then allow the natural curvature to the spine now come and lift your lower back up off the floor. And then again, inhale, let's press the lower back down. And the knees may lift a little bit, and you feel like a gripping in the abdomen to do that action. That's okay. And an exhale, let's go ahead and take now the tailbone down. And the arch of the back is now in its full expression. And now inhale again, flatten the lower back out, squeeze it down. Keep pressing the soles of the feet together, and then exhale, to the side and down, and the lower back comes up. So one more, inhale. Smoothing out the lower back, pressing down towards the floor, the knees may lift, and then exhale. Let's let the lower back arch. Good, and see if you can lower the blocks down, if it helps open up the inner joints. And then from there, switch across with the arms, the forearms. And then let's come to the breath. One more breath here. Good, let's inhale, let's reach back now. And then exhale, let's release the arms down. Now, bring your knees up. Take your blocks to the side. We're going to do one more variation of this position. And you may need to use a belt or you may not. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. And now we're going to bring the shoulders under the back. So it's like a back bend variation. And we're going to bring the arms underneath the hips. And you're going to scoop your hands underneath your ankles and see if you can hold the ankles from underneath. Okay, so there's a slight back bend. The knees are apart now, and you're in the Baddha Konasana position. So if you notice that it's hard to reach the ankles, you can use a strap in front of your ankles and hold the strap. Yeah, so make sure that your arms are underneath your buttocks and you're holding the outside of the ankle. And now squeeze your shoulder blades into the back, wrap your shoulder heads under. Good. And so here we're opening the inner groins as well as the back side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Okay, let's go ahead now, unclasp your ankles. And then bring both knees into the chest now. Take some circles with the hips. 1, 2, and 3. Bring the left leg on the floor. Bring your right knee into the chest. Good, let's switch. Right leg straight, left leg bent. Good, both knees into the chest now. Bring your right knee on top of your left and drop the leg to the right. So twist, turning and opening the left side of the body. Good, then come up. And then straighten both legs, grab the big toe of the right foot or use your strap and open the leg to the right. You're gonna bend the left knee and hold the front of the left ankle and turn the left foot toward the outer hip. Stretch through the left quad. Yeah. Okay, good. And let's release the left leg straight, bring the right leg up. And then bring your forehead in. Good, and then let's release. Bring both knees into the chest again. Bring your left ankle on top of your right. Right ankle on top of the left and turn to the left. Twist. Let's come back to center. And then unwind, stretch the left leg up, inhale, and exhale, open to the left. And then from here, bend the right knee. You can stay here or grab hold of the ankle and tuck the foot back towards the right and stretch the quad. Yeah, let's release that right leg. Bring the left leg up and bring your nose to the knee. Foot in and just release. And now from here, we're going to roll back. Hold the hips. Roll into your Halasana position. So you can also just have the hips down and have the legs up. That's also a variation of that. Okay, and then from there, just lift the right leg up and bend the knee and kind of like a little pendulum, just swing forward a little bit. Okay, and then replace the right foot back and bring your left leg up. And you can just practice with the one leg version, or you can just practice in your cloud pose. And then lower the left leg down towards the front of the towards the front of your mat. Good. And then swing back. And then slowly roll down. And then roll up. Extend your legs forward. Bend your right knee back. So coming into Pranayama Eka Paschimottanasana. And instead of leaning forward, we're going to lean back. Okay, so roll onto the back of the elbows. So an important part of releasing the hips is to address a lot of the parts of the body that are around the hips. So the legs, the lower back. So we're working in more sort of exterior access, and then we'll go closer and closer in. Maybe come down onto the back. And then maybe bring the arms overhead. Try to keep the knees together as much as you can. If they part, it's not a big deal either. Okay, good. And then let's slowly bring ourselves up by pressing into the elbows. Good. And then just place the foot into the Marchasana and let's twist to the right. So left hand outside of the right knee or in front of the knee. Okay, super. And then let's release. Extend the right leg straight. And let's do the other side. Bend the left knee and place the ankle to the outside of your hip. And you may stay here. This may be a good stretch on that leg. And no need to go down. But if you feel like you want to recline back, let's begin to do it with the breath. So inhale. Really pressurize the top of the left foot down and then exhale slowly. Maybe lean back. You can also use support of the block under the elbows, like that brings the floor up. All right, so if you're here. So this part of the practice of Hatha Yoga, this provides us to address some of the niyama of purity or cleanliness by cleansing through maybe some of the issues we have that are cloudy in the body. We're also improving our circulation and improving the highways of the breath, all the nadis. Maybe raise the arms overhead if you're flying all the way back. Press to the right heel. Okay, good. Release the arms, bring them to the sides of the hips, and then slowly press up if you were in the reclined position. And then let's bring the foot into my chasana, and let's twist to the left. Okay, good. Let's unwind. And then now from here, stretch the left leg out and just come down for a nice forward bend. Stretch your hands to your feet and stretch your legs forward. So then you just come up calmly, slide your hands along your legs. And now we're going to come into Virasana. So we're going to cross the legs. We're going to sit. We're not going to use support of the blocks, but we will sit in between the heels. Either without the block, you're going to spread your calf apart and then sit in between the heels, or you're going to place the block underneath the hip with the block in between the heels. Okay? So find the position that's going to suit you today. Good. And press down on the pinky toe side of the feet. And this is a really amazing pose to stimulate our digestion. So it's another practice that allows what's called shaucha, the purity practice of the practice, to improve our digestion, remove toxins and waste that we don't need. So let's interlace the fingers on the inhale, up. And exhale, let's turn to the right. And let's come back to center, interlace the fingers, turn the palms to the ceiling. And let's turn to the left. Good, and then let's release. So now we're gonna go backward, and if you're using your blocks to support you, you may just want to use the hands and lean back over your bed or your chair. If you can lean back a little bit, you're going to lift the hips up and lengthen the lower back, and slowly come onto your elbows. If you are not using the blocks, you can place them underneath your back. One block at the shoulder blades, one block at the head. And you can reach back and hold the elbows. Otherwise, if you're using the blocks to support your hips, just practice in that position, because that's a good position too anyway, to open the front of the leg. Good, just cycle through your breath here. Bring your knees together if you can, if you have the flexibility. Let's inhale, reach back, exhale. Let's crisscross the arms the other direction. Just a couple more moments here, holding the pose. All right, transition. So inhale, reach back, exhale, bring the arms to the side. Bring your hands behind your head and slowly pick your head up and begin to bring yourself up. Good. And then from there, you're going to press into the hands, come forward, and crisscross your ankles, and just bring your legs all the way out. Good, and then just massage the knees and the thighs. Good, now from here, lie down. On your back. We're going to come to the bridge pose. And having opened the front of the legs a bit may assist you, Jared, a little bit in getting up. Let's see if that helps. So let's roll the shoulders into the back. Just come into a basic Siddhi Samavasana, feet apart, hip distance. Bring your elbows to the floor and do like a little reverse push-up. Press into the back of the arms, back of the shoulders, and then lift the hips up and come up. Then interlace your fingers underneath your hips and then join the arms together under the back as much as you can, with the shoulders coming under it. Good, and press through the heel. Good, just lift and activate the lower back as you stretch the front body. Good, and now let's come down. We're going to slowly release the hips down. Take your fingers apart and bring space for the lower back to come down. Good, cycle a huge breath into your chest and exhale. And let's reach the arms overhead now. Float them back. And now do the same. Inhale, wrap your shoulders underneath a little bit of the back and then press the hips up. Come up again. Press down the big toe. Good. And the height that you're at, see if you can go just like maybe a millimeter or a centimeter or an inch higher. See how that works. And curl your tailbone towards your belly button. Good. And then slowly release the hips all the way down. And when your hips come down, bring your arms and float them over beside your hips, your outer hips. Good. Now, from here, join your feet together and walk them a little bit further away, maybe like 2 to 3 inches. Now, drop your knees to the side like you're going to go to the butterfly pose, but just halfway down. Good. And now bring your arms into those inside cactus arms and lift your chest up off the floor. Now, roll onto the outer side, the pinky toe side of the feet, and like you're joining your soles of the feet together. Okay? And now you're going to inhale and you lift the hips again. Setu Bandha. Again, so there's a variation of it. Good. Keep pressing down with the elbows. Squeeze the outer hips, squeeze the glutes, lower back. Good. Lift, lift, lift. Feet are joined together now. And now slowly let's release down. Turn the soles of the feet flat, bring your knees together now, the inner thighs together, and now slide your feet back a little bit. And then keep the elbows as they are, and now inhale again, lift. This time, squeeze the legs together. Let the knees stay together, inner thighs touch. Yeah, good. Coming up into another variation, say good morning. You're gonna really feel the middle of the thighs activate. A little more back. Good, and exhale, let's slowly release down. And then now from here, bring your knees into your chest and roll and rub your lower back to the floor. Take a few little sways side to side. And then stretch your left leg on the floor. And reach your right leg up, grab the big toe, and then again, come to Padmasana on the right. And inhale, come up. And now switch the grip. Take the left hand outside of the right foot or the right knee or leg, and then drop to the other side. Come to Pranayama 4. And then inhale, let's rise up. And then come into the forklift pose. Bring the elbows underneath the right calf. Lift and squeeze. So it's kind of like an upside down pigeon. Yeah, that's it, Jerry. Good. Okay, good. And then stretch the leg all the way back up. And extend towards the leg. And then like a little boomerang, let it go. Bring your left knee into your chest. Inhale. Exhale, grab the big toe or the foot somehow with your belt, and then exhale, open the leg to the left. Okay, press through the heel, press through the inner arch and the inner ankle. On the inhale, let's raise the leg up, and then switch the hand that's holding the foot, hold the outside of the foot or the ankle or the knee, and then let's drop the leg now to the right. You can bend the knee as well, and then make it into a simple twist. That's fine too. And then bring the leg back up. Good, bend the knee like in that upside down pigeon pose where you're gonna create that forklift, bring the elbows underneath the ankle and the calf, look up, flex those feet. Good, and then lengthen the leg up, squeeze it in, and then gently release. Good, so go ahead and lay down, have a moment for this one breath here. Select your breath. Okay, now bring both knees into the chest here, and we're going to roll up. Crisscross the legs, come forward. And bring your chest to the floor. Okay, bring your forehead to your forearms for a second. Good. Now from here, we're going to bring the hands back for a second and just lift your chest up and then put it back down again. And then now bring your hands into like little spider cups, kind of outside the width of the shoulders. Good. And then lift your right leg up and then lengthen it back and then lift the left leg up and lengthen it back. And then the right again and then the left again. Good. And now from here, just kind of like a tarantula, like the arms like a tarantula. You're going to inhale and start to press up and lift. Good, and then come back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then readjust accordingly. That makes it feel good on your body. And then inhale and come up again. Lift. Stretch the front body and exhale. Come down. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale. You're just kind of coiling. You don't have to rush it. From the lower body. Oh, good. And exhale, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's do a few more. Inhale, kind of flowing up. Lift. And exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. Let's do one more. Come up. And exhale. Let's come down. Good. Just stretch your arms all the way out. Bring the palms together like in a full pranam, a full bow. Then from here, look at your hands. Slide the elbows back. Place the elbows under your shoulders and come up into the distinct position. Good. Bring your chest up and your elbows back, forearms back, and lengthen your lower back. And then from there, let's inhale and then exhale. Let's lift the elbows up. Good. Come down. And then again, lift the elbows up. And come down. And one more like that. Lengthen again. Bring the pubic bone up towards the belly button. Let's lift. Good. Come down. And now let's slide the hands back maybe an inch or 2 or 3 inches. The elbows go back. Come down. Let's place the hands maybe closer under the shoulder heads. And then from there, let's inhale. Come up into cobra. And then maybe high cobra, you can straighten the elbows just according to your flexibility and safety. Good, and let's come down. And then if you feel safe enough, you're going to just slide the hands back a little bit more. Kind of near where we would be in the upward dog, but not so far back. Lengthen the lower back. And then inhale, heads up. Maybe straighten the elbows. Good. Exhale, come down. Slide the hands back if you want to, or stay in the same position. Inhale, sweep the shoulder blades in the back. Good. Lift. And then exhale. Good. Come down. Okay. Bring the hands back into the crocodile position. Rest your forehead on your forearms. And you can just sway your hips side to side. Good, and release the hands back. Everybody, let's bend the right knee. Reach back and see if you can hold the ankle of the right knee. Otherwise, use your strap. Good, and then inhale, let's lift the chest. Come up, maybe, and then lift that right leg, the knee off the floor, or just stretch the quad, whichever works. Good, and then let's release. Bend the left knee, Reach back, hold the left ankle with both hands if you can. You can also just do a one-legged variation and practice without the body. So let's inhale, let's lift. Press the right leg down. Good, and then come down, release the forearm. Okay, come back to Sphinx position. Bend your right knee again. Bring your left hand outside of your right hand. Reach back with your right hand. And squeeze down that heel towards the right hip. Turn the elbow to the ceiling. Good, for Bakasana. Good, let's release. Then come to Sphinx again. Bend the left knee. Move your right hand to the left elbow and then reach back. Turn the left elbow to the ceiling and square your shoulders to the front of in front of you. And pressurize your left hip down. Good, and then let's release. Bring the forehead to the forearm. Now let's reach back, grab hold of the ankles. And now we're going to come into Dhanurasana. We're going to lift the chest first on the inhale. Exhale, lift the legs up, come up. Good, release down, and then right away, inhale, lift, come up. Good, release down, and then again, inhale, lift, come up. And then release down. Good, rest on your forearms. Good, come to child pose, walk your knees in. Just an easy child pose, just relax your back now. Good, release the hands now, and then inhale, come up onto your hands and knees, walk your knees forward, crisscross your ankles, and just sit in Sukhasana. Okay, so in Sukhasana, you're gonna lie down. So keep your shins crossed, and just lie down on your back. For Supta Sukhasana. And then inhale, and exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, try to relax the inner thighs, but keep the feet flexed with the ankles. And one more breath. Good, and then from there, press into your elbows and come up. Have your blocks nearby, just so we can pull them to their side. We're going to switch the cross of the leg, roll the inner thighs to the outer side, and let's come back down into Supta Sukhasana. So again, from the other side, lie down. This prepares us for the lying down lotus pose later on, in our practice. Later, not today, but later on in the development of our asana practice. Okay, good. And then from there, just use your hands to pick your knees up. And then take your feet as wide as the mat and just drop the knees down like little windshield wipers to the right. And then place your right foot on top of your left knee and reach your left arm to the side. And lengthen the whole left side of the body. Good. And then let's release the right foot from outside the left knee. Come up and switch. Drop your right knee into the left inner arch. And then sweep your right arm up over your right ear. Just lengthen through that whole right chain along the right hip, the top of the right quad, along the right rib cage, the right armpit, and the arm. Bringing that left foot on top, outside the right knee. And let your exhale really penetrate the areas that you feel the most restricted. So use your visualization in your mind's eye to direct the breath. Okay, release the left foot and let's come up and bring the knees up. Okay, let's grab the block. We're going to come into another bridge position with support. So you can use one block too. We're going to lift the hips, come up, and see if you can get your hips a little higher, maybe. And then place the block underneath, below the lumbar spine on the sacral band. And I use two when we have these foam blocks, because the foam blocks are a little less stable than the cork or the wood ones. Okay, hold the front of your blocks now with your hands. Let your arms drop towards the side of the trunk. And we're going to slowly walk the right leg forward. And go ahead and flex the ankle. Good, and then to the other side, left leg comes forward. So if the blocks are too high for you, like you're starting to, like the legs are lifting, lower the blocks down. So like when you straighten the knees, and if you're toppling, lower the block to level down. So you can be on the low block too, Jared, too, and just lean back. Good, so all of the opening of the front body here that we worked on is creating like space in this front chain. For a successful back bending, we need to have this open, and you can see how it's really connected to the hip, the front of the hips. You can hold the outside of your mat if you like. Keep pressurizing the lower back onto the blocks a little bit. Like you might feel your buttocks, kind of squishing there, and that's okay. That protects the lower back. And let your shoulders drop towards the floor. Good. Now from here, just bend your right knee, and you're going to slide the foot back, and then bend the left knee, and now you're going to be back in the bridge that you're familiar with, right? Now pull on the tippy toes of the right foot and start to walk the right foot back so that you can hold the front of the right ankle with your right hand. And then maybe turn the toes upside down, like the front of the foot to the floor, and start to stretch through that right front leg again. Okay, so this is something called Kapotasana, just the preparation part of the pose. So you can stay here, or you can come onto the crown of the head and bring the knees down closer towards the foot. Good. Slide your head back and start to walk that right foot forward and back under the knee. Good. Let's try the other side. Start to watch the left foot back. Grab hold of it with the left foot. And you may be just here, that's fine. Otherwise, turn the toes, the front of the toes down and start to bring the knee down towards the earth. And then if you'd like to, you can slide your head back and come onto the crown of the head and begin to lower the knee down a little bit more. Sliding the left foot back. I'm going to slide the head back and begin to slide the left foot forward a little bit, everybody, and back into the bridge pose. So you can maintain the bridge pose too as well if the stretching of the quads is like beyond what you really want to do today. But this is again creating that openness in the front of the chain. All right, last position in this variation, we're going to lift both feet and walk them back and bring a grip to the front of the feet, front of the ankles with both hands. Drop the knees down. Good. And then if you'd like, you can bring the crown of the head down and then start to bring the knees closer towards the floor for Kapalabhati. Okay, slide your head back and then begin to move the feet forward a little bit. Come back into your bridge pose. Hold the front of the block. And now bring the right knee into the chest. And stretch the right leg up. Yeah, bring the right knee into the chest and then release the right foot down. And then left side, left knee into the chest and just stretch the leg up. And bring the left knee into the chest and release the left. Good, now squeeze both sides of the hips and you're gonna slowly scoop the tailbone up, lift the back up, lift the buttocks off the blocks, hold the hips up and just remove the blocks and just suspend there for just a moment. And then now lower down slowly. Now bring your knees into your chest, crisscross your ankles, hold the pinky to the side of the feet. And then switch across with the ankles and do the other side. Stay with your breath. Good, and then unclasp, drop your knees to the right, just come for a simple twist. And let's go to the other side, so simple twist to the left. Adjust your hips, slide them to the right a little bit, and put your knees drop to the right. Release the spine. Okay, good. And then come up. And you can roll to your right side and come up, or you can roll up along your spine And sit up. And then come and sit in your Vajrasana position. And then come onto the knees. So we're going to come into what's called Padikasana, gate position. And we're going to step our right foot forward like in a little mini lunge. And then turn the leg to the right. And then walk the leg straight. And you can point the toes. You can also have the heel lift, the toes lifted, which feels good. Let's reach the arms out on the inhale. And then exhale like a triangle pose. Come to the side. Good. Just for now, just stay along the trajectory of the leg. And then reach your left arm over your left ear and begin to slide down and then turn your chest towards the leg and fold. Then come up and then open again to the side and rise up and then hold to the short side. Come down. Good. And then come up. Bring the hands to the waist. Just bend the right knee again. And then just take a little lunge. Stretch the back. Good. Come up. And then bring the foot towards the front center. Good. And then release. Let's do the other side. Left foot. And to the side. And walk the leg out. Bring the arms out on the inhale. And then exhale. Begin to slowly fold over the left leg. So just stay along the leg. Good. Reach the top, the right arm over the ear. Lengthen. And then begin to slowly fold and turn towards the extended leg. Bring the right hand down. And then inhale, let's float up. And then topple to the other side. You're gonna use top arm to pull you up. And then bring the hands to the waist. And then just bend the left knee to the side and then just take a little bit of a lunge stretch. Good. And then come in and then bring the left foot forward and back. Okay. I think we're ready for the camel position. So just a few more postures and we'll rest. So we're going to bring the blocks to the outside of the feet. We're going to sit in Vajrasana, but then have your heels separated a little bit with the knees. So we're going to come into camel from the earth, okay? So we're going to place the hands on the blocks and curl your tailbone so it comes in and up. Good. And then press up. Even if your hips don't come over the knees, it's okay. If they do, great. Walk your blocks forward if you need to. Bring your chin to your throat. And then rest your head back into some imaginary hands behind you and drop back. Good. And then as you exhale, slowly bring your hips back towards your heels and let your head be the last thing to come up. Good. And we're going to do that a couple more times. Just have a nice breath. Good, let's try that again. Inhale. You can curl the tailbone, wrap your shoulders back as you lift up. Walk your blocks forward, depending on the length of your legs and your arms. Good, start to arch back, chin to the throat, then drop the head back. Good, and then exhale, let's slowly come down. Good, we'll do one more time. This time when we come out of the pose, we'll come forward and we'll come up onto the knees. Okay, so let's try it one more time. Jared, your back end looks great. Really good. Let's try one more time. Inhale. Again, wrap the shoulder head back, but curl the tailbone in and up so that you keep the back, lower back nice and long. Start to climb up. Good, arch back. You can lower the blocks if you'd like. Good, now rock your hips back and then press into the shins and let's come all the way up. Good, walk forward. Let's sit down on our heels for a second. Good, take your knees apart, come forward, curl your toes, and come into Malasana again. So release the spine, knees apart, like we did at the beginning of class. Good, and from there, we're going to just recline the hips to the floor. Stretch your legs out. Reach the arms up. And then exhale, come through and just come a nice, easy forward bend. You don't need to go to your maximum. If you want to go to the maximum, go for it. But if you don't need to, just relax forward. Rest your forehead on your forearms for a block. Okay, good. Let's look up halfway. And now just interlace your fingers, bring the arms up, stretch up, and then release the wrist down through the chest. And then switch the other way, reach up. And then coil through your spine, through the Sushumna Nadi, down to the heart. Okay, open your legs into a V. So we're just going to conclude with Upavishta Konasana. So roll your inner thighs, the outer thighs. As we come into pranayama, we will focus on a lot of hip openers so we feel comfortable sitting. Okay, good. Bring your hands behind your back. Slowly slide your hips forward. And then bring your hands in front of your chest, or your hips, and let's go ahead and walk down. Good, so let's hold for like a minute. You can rest your hands, you can rest your head in your hands. You can also rest your forehead on block. Just a few more moments resting here. Okay, let's inhale, let's come up now. And keep your legs wide. And you're just gonna roll back into a star position. Open up into a star. Good, let it be a gentle hip opener. Have your legs as wide as or narrow as you need. Good, just rest into the position of the star, that stellar energy, opening the arms, the chest, and the hips, the legs. Let your breath reach to all the extremities, all the way to the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes. Feel your breath expanding you beyond the limbs. And then the breath returns to the heart, all the way in. And then expands to your limbs and beyond. Back to your heart. So let the swinging of the breath just kind of coax you like frosting on a cake, or through all of your nerve endings, your nadis. Let the channel of the prana just nourish the channels of the body. And let the prana always return, the exhale return to your heart center. Good, and then let's inhale again. And then exhale, now bring your legs closer in, coming into a regular Shavasana position. So arms and legs are still a little bit out, but inhale into the extremities of the tips of the fingers and the toes, and the top of your head, and then exhale towards your heart. And then now from here, just bring your legs all the way together. Bring your arms close to you. Feel your center channel and channel your breath up and down your entire spine. So inhale from the base of your spine, all the way up to the crown of the head. Touch into those higher chakras. Exhale down towards the root of the pelvis, the mula, the root, the earth element. And then inhale through all of the channels in the spine up to the space element. Exhale down. Kind of like you're brushing along your spine. And one more. Inhale up. Up the front of the spine, and now exhale down the back of the spine. Now just release the breath, one natural breath here. And let's wiggle the fingers and toes now, and we're gonna prepare to come up, so bend your knees. And let's bring the knees into the chest. And again, roll side to side. Good, and then roll yourself up to seated, or turn to one side and press yourself up. Okay, good. Let's rub our palms together. A little heat. Good, let's brush. Okay, let's tap the heart. Let's chant an Om Shanti to finish. So inhale with the hands at the heart. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And bow your forehead in. And I bless you, wishing you a happy weekend filled with peace and joy. Let's reach the arms all the way up. And exhale to the side. And then just have a nice final forward fold coming down to the earth. Just connecting to that plane at distance and reminding us to wake up. And then hop up.